Gary, all 22 teams are now in the Orlando bubble. So let's take 5. You got 5 minutes over the course of this segment to run through 5 players you're most intrigued at seeing how they're going to respond and react to what is going to be an environment that none of these guys have ever experienced. So coming in at number 5, you have the presumptive possible MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, he's the reigning MVP and the favorite to be a 2-time MVP. But what's interesting about him, besides the obvious that he's one of the best players in the world on the best team in the Eastern Conference, is that he spent part of this pandemic not playing basketball at all. It made headlines. He said he had no access to a hoop for a while. And so I think we're all expecting these players to be somewhat rusty. But like LeBron James always had access to a hoop. The idea that the reigning MVP didn't for a little bit of time is, if nothing else, interesting. And I'm not suggesting it'll have an impact on what the Bucks actually do in Disney World, but I'm anxious to see what Giannis looks like coming out of the gates.
Yeah, if you believe some reports, the Lakers were able to run 5-on-5 at some undisclosed billionaires' court. So they might be ready and primed to attack Giannis. And this next guy at number 4, Kawhi Leonard, NBA Finals MVP a year ago.
Yeah, this is a guy who, first, let's point out the obvious. He did not travel initially with the Clippers to Disney World to deal with a family matter. So obviously you hope everything is okay there, but could it be a distraction going forward? Maybe not, but maybe so. Beyond that, here's somebody who's got a chance to do something that's literally never been done before, and that is be a Finals MVP while winning a championship for a third different team. He's done it with the Spurs. He's done it with the Raptors, and now he's got a realistic chance to do it with the Clippers. I think a lot of people have assumed for a while that we could be headed for a Lakers-Clippers Western Conference Finals, and if we get that, man, Kawhi and LeBron on the same court, it's hard to do much better than that.
All right, number 3, our contractual Memphis shout-out. But look, it's warranted. Ja Morant, what are we going to see from Ja?
He has been awesome, Evan. Listen, obviously everybody would have taken Zion Williamson number 1 in the 2019 NBA draft, but Ja Morant was going to go number 2 to almost any franchise. And I was enthusiastic that he would be great. I had no idea he would be this great this quickly. He is going to be the NBA Rookie of the Year, and he is leading the Grizzlies in points and assists per game. This is a franchise that was picked to finish last in the West. Now they're projected to finish 8th in the West. And if they do, Ja Morant will become just the 3rd rookie in NBA history to lead a playoff team in points and assists per game. The other 2, Elgin Baylor and a guy named Michael Jordan.
That's a pretty good list. Look, Zion Williamson, you have him here at number 2. I think we've discussed everybody's been kind of captured by his appearance over the course of the last few days and making his way to Orlando. What are your expectations for Zion in this, what will be an odd event?
I think he's going to be awesome. He was awesome right out of the gate when he returned from injury for the Pelicans, and that's when I think even he would tell you he wasn't in the best of shape, and he was entering an NBA season right in the middle of an NBA season where guys had been playing for months and months and months, and yet almost from the opening tip, he was tremendous. So now he's had all this time to get healthier, to get in better shape. We saw the picture last week. He looked like a superhero, and so he only played 19 games so far in the regular season, but still, he was doing unprecedented things. It felt like every other night. So I don't see any reason he's not going to be great at Disney World. And if we're headed for a play-in tournament between the Grizzlies and Pelicans to meet the Lakers in the first round, you give me Ja Morant, Zion Williamson on the same court for possibly a couple of games. Man, the NBA could not ask for a bigger stage to put 2 rookies on than that stage Disney World would provide.
Absolutely. All right, we've made it to number 1, and there's no player that garners more attention and has more juice in this league. And you've seen it over the last few months in terms of sort of pushing this boulder towards a restart. LeBron James, Gary.
I mentioned earlier that Giannis is the favorite to win the MVP, and I think that's true, but I could make a good argument for LeBron James. He is, averaging 25.7 points and 10.6 assists per game, leading the NBA in assists. a man his size doing that is really, really rare stuff. And like Kawhi Leonard, he now has a chance to lead a third different franchise to an NBA title, be a finals MVP for a third different franchise. The Lakers are widely considered to be the favorite, and if they do end up winning a world championship, obviously the king, LeBron James, is going to play a massive role in that.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch. There's nothing more entertaining than a motivated and really energized LeBron James. So look, the Orlando restart, days, weeks away, and Gary's laid out 5, and you did it within the framework of the segment. Well done, sir.